Hello everybody and welcome to episode 14 of Shenaniganry and Aevecia. We have finally made it out of the public, out of open rooms, and additionally, I have a door again. So, much better audio quality and everything. Everything just overall is much better now. Which I was hoping for, because after the last couple episodes where we filmed it out in the living room, yeah, good quality is needed, is probably the best way to say it. But anyway, welcome back to episode 14 of Shenaniganry and Aevecia. We had some fun stuff happen at the end of the last episode. Kronos kind of gave the kids a little sit down and spoke to them about their deities and situations and whatnot. And it is the morning following. We have Steve out in the cabin, and this episode's about trying to get him sorted, try and help him out, save his friends. So let's get into it. Peyton. You wake up in the very expensive rooms of the most expensive hotel in Northwich. The light starts seeping in from the window. It's a nice sunny morning as far as you can tell. The room is as neat as it was the night before, and you get up and just get ready for the day and just like, okay, need to go see Eli or whatever the heck. Yeah, it's a nice one. Are you wanting to do anything in your room before you head out, or?
I think what time would you say it is, sort of?
Well, how early did you want to go and meet Eli?
What time does the circus start by?
I think we said, around, we're doing stuff all day, but
yeah,
around 11 is when the stands open a bit to start gathering attention and selling food and that kind of stuff.
We probably want
stalls and games.
We probably want a couple of hours to do some stuff. Hey.
Well, I was assuming we were gonna spend the day figuring stuff out and then getting moving.
Yeah. I guess then 8ish, 9ish.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's nice and sunny. You can hear people outside of your room in the hotel getting up and walking around and doing things. But yeah, so are you wanting to do anything?
I think before I'm gonna get ready and stuff, because that's the sensible thing to do. And then I think before I go anywhere, I'm gonna double check everyone's in their rooms and stuff, all of Peyton's kids and stuff, because they're a little bit paranoid.
Fair. Cool. So you get up and start getting ready for the day, and you head out to go check in on all your kids. And as you're walking to the door, you see a little envelope on the floor. Envelope. I don't care how you say it. I said envelope.
Same thing. Envelope.
Yes.
This
There's
is
a little
base
thing on the
bars
floor.
over again.
And it's just it says to Peyton on the thing.
Okay, is there a return? Is it just
Nope.
to Peyton on the front? Okay. I guess Peyton picks it up and reads it.
You open it up and you see some fairly neat handwriting, and it's from Kronos, and it's basically saying just very nice to finally make your acquaintance. Just wanted to let you know that I have left for Wakefield, and hope that everything goes well with Nira, and I've left a little gift for you somewhere. Good luck finding it.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Lovely. Somewhere. He didn't give any clues or anything?
No, he just said good luck finding it.
Cool, fun. Right, I think, double, triple check the letter to make sure there's nothing, attached to it or anything. It's just a letter.
As I'm not even going to make you roll for that. It is just the letter. There is
Cool.
nothing on the letter. It is just the letter.
I'm gonna make a quick note that there is something somewhere from Kronos. And then I think Peyton just kind of pockets the letter to throw away later. Like, it's no big deal, it's just a letter.
Cool. Alright, so are you just gonna head to see your kids now?
Yup.
Alright, so whose room do you want to go into first? I have forgotten who was in which room. It was like
Guess
2 to
what?
each room.
So
wasn't
have I.
it? Oh yeah. Should have written it down.
Definitely should have.
That's fine.
Right. No,
Let's-
okay, Maggie and V were together. Sol was by himself, and Oleander and Heather were together.
Yeah,
I think I'm
that
gonna
sounds
go
right.
into. I think I'm gonna go into Oleander and Heather's room first.
Okay. Do you knock or just head in or?
I think I like knock, give him a second, and then go in.
Cool. You knock on the door and yeah, you wait a second, then open the door, and as you walk in, you see Heather up and Oleander's still in bed, but then you see Heather turn to look at you and she just goes, "It's happened again."
What's happened again?
They're not waking up.
Either player Murphy, I'm so fucking mad at you.
The deep breath. Just a...
I think Peyton takes a bit of a deep breath, and then another one, and then just kind of deflates. Quickly walks over to Oleander's bed and like shakes their shoulder.
Yeah, they're not waking up. they're still alive as far as you can tell. Like it seems to be the same thing as before, basically.
The same thing.
Yeah.
This is hysterical laughter. I'm so mad.
Well, I mean, you have Cronus's number.
I do.
Equivalent.
As soon as I've checked on all the other kids, I'm going to. Oh.
Yeah, I think you're lucky that we're not playing in person.
Ah!
The safety of online play. I can do whatever I want and I will live.
Yeah, your
Physical
players won't
violence.
beat the shit out of you.
Physical violence isn't an option, unfortunately. Okay, I think Peyton sort of like takes a moment, steals themselves, turns to Heather and goes, "The good news is that I know a possible cause for this now. The bad news is he just fucking left. Would you mind going into Solomon's room and making sure he's awake for me while I go and check on V and and Maggie?"
Yeah, I'll go do that. And she just heads out of the room and knocks on Solomon's door as you head out to Maggie and V's room. As you walk past, you see the door open and like Solomon opens the door and Heather's just like, "Are you okay? You I mean, you're up, so like that's good." And Solomon's just kind of like, "What's going on?" And then you walk over to Maggie and V's room and do you just knock on the door or do you just head straight in?
I think I do the same thing. I sort of knock, wait like a second, and then go in, like trying to like keep the facade of calm, even though
It's
Heather
like,
is
"It's fine."
greatly failed at that.
Yeah, you knock on the door and it opens fairly quickly because they heard the commotion. They're just like, hi, is everything good? Is everything okay? What's going on?
Oleander is asleep again?
Again?
Again. The good news is I know a possible cause this time. The bad news is that he left.
By he left, do you mean the guy who brought us here?
Yes.
I knew there was something up about him.
To be fair, I believe I threatened him last night. So,
Well, that's promising. Are
yeah,
you sure that's not the reason that Oleander's, unconscious again?
if it is, he better pray for his life.
Oh, that's fantastic. Cool. So
I think at that point, Peyton just kind of like, chuckles lightheartedly, ruffles their heads, and sends them back into the room.
just like, I'm going to
fine.
kill a man. Go back to bed.
Everything's fine. It's fine.
Everything's fine. Eye twitching.
Yeah. Everyone go back to bed except for Oleander. If Oleander wakes up, he needs to stay awake.
Yeah, they need to stay the fuck away. Like, and then I think once Peyton's checked on everybody, seething with rage, make sure that Heather's gone back to watch over Oleander, because I'm not leaving Oleander in a room by himself asleep.
Yeah, after Heather checks on Solomon, she heads back into the room with Oleander.
Okay. I think before I leave each group, I'm sort of like, don't go anywhere by yourself. Make sure that you're in a group. And if somebody gets hurt or whatever, come straight back here, okay?
Okay, they all agree.
Cool. And then I go to Eli's room, wherever Eli's at the circus,
Eli's at the
right?
circus, yeah.
Yes. Right, okay. I sort of, let them know that I'm leaving, and I go out and, doing the I'm going to murder somebody walk. So everybody gets the fuck out of my way.
Yeah, roll a... Okay, I'm gonna get you roll 2 rolls. First roll, do an intimidation check.
I have a +4 to intimidation, that's fun.
Very nice.
That is a 10.
Nice, okay, and then roll just a perception check as well.
Okay, cool. That's better. But is it? Perception 13.
13, okay. So where are you heading to? Are you heading straight to the circus, or...?
Yeah, I think I'm heading straight to the circus, because, yep.
Cool.
I don't really have anywhere else to head at the moment, so...
Yeah, fair enough. So... it's around 8 a.m.-ish, getting closer to 9. So everyone's basically getting ready for work or arriving at work at the moment. So most people are kind of like, either in suits or in formal wear heading off to work, or different, work-based outfits. It's what day is it in the game? I just checked this.
Ooh, calendar?
Yes. It is... Not the weekend. That's good. That's what I was checking. Okay. Anyway, so yes, everyone's heading off to work. So you storm out. Are you taking the stairs or the elevator to get back down to the ground floor?
I think I'm just taking the stairs.
Okay, so you start basically stomping down the stairs.
I don't think stomping, just like angrily speed walking.
Okay,
Peyton's
cool.
not the kind of person who stomps.
Peyton's not a stomper. Okay. No. You are heading just directly to the circus, like just not paying any mind to anyone else. You're just going straight there. But also, as you're doing this, you notice out the corner of the right, you have a mixture of like, occasionally people will like be heading in the opposite direction as you like about to run into or look up and just like hurriedly move out of the way because they're like, oh, they're in a hurry. And then you see other people who are just kind of like, what's going on? Like other people are just confused, and then some people are just like on their way to work and see you coming past and are just like, yeah, it do be like that. Like, so,
it do.
Yeah, like some people are like actually intimidated by you and are fully moving away from you so that you can get past, and other people are like, yeah, it's like that. And then other people are just like, what's happening?
I don't think my intention there was to fully terrify everybody around me. It was more just let me through.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was looking for, but you got a 10, so
yeah.
We'll get a mixture of your intention and not your intention. So yeah, you head your way down. That's how words work. You make your way down to the circus. You exit the hotel and just make your way down the street. It's fairly busy. It's basically one of the busy. It's peak hour, basically, for the morning. So there's a decent amount of people to get through, but you manage to get there fairly quickly. And it's coming up to 9 o'clock by the time you reach the circus. And you get there and you see a couple of people starting to set up early, but for the most part, everyone seems to be back still, either in their respective trailers or hotel rooms or whatever, or getting ready to have breakfast and stuff like that. Not many people are actually setting up yet, but some people like to start getting ready early, so there's a mixture, but not many people are out in terms of circus.
They're mostly like performers and like general. They're not the like people who set up stuff, because I think I remember Eli mentioning, or someone mentioning that like Eli doesn't necessarily interact with those people, and so it would be worthless to ask them where Eli is necessarily.
It's not necessarily that he doesn't interact with them, is that he's just not very good at helping them, because he's a small boy.
That's fair. Fair enough. I think Peyton is going to calm themselves because they're not angry with any of these people, and just sort of like go up to someone and sort of ask, "Hi, I'm looking for Eli."
Alright, let me pick someone for you to run into.
Pick an NPC.
Let me pick an NPC.
Roll a dice about it.
Roll a d22.
Well, okay, I'm picking from the workers, and there's 7 of them, so I'm gonna roll a d8, and if I get an 8, I'm rolling again. I got an 8.
Roll again.
Alright.
Wait, one of the options is twins.
That's true.
Oh.
Anyway, I've already rolled. Okay. So, you head into the front area of the circus, and you find a little rock gnome who is just setting up a couple things here and there. She looks a little grumpy, but overall just basically just focusing on what they're doing. And you head up to her and just go, well, you can say what you want to say.
It's like, hi, sorry to interrupt. I was looking for Eli, the Kenku.
Oh yeah, he's around the back, and just points to literally just behind the area.
Cool. Thank you. And I think Peyton heads behind the back, maybe to find somebody else to ask specifically where I might find Eli.
Cool, yeah, you head around the back, and so you pass into this little area behind where the circus is normally set up, and there's just like little crates and containers of things around, and then you see a couple trailers here and there, and a small group of people kind of sitting around a little bench starting to have some breakfast and stuff nearby.
Cool. I think I'm gonna go up to the people having breakfast and be like, so sorry to intrude. I was looking for Eli.
You see what race are you? That's right. You see a high elf turn and look at you who's sitting at the table and just goes, Eli, yes. He is staying in Tawa's trailer, just that one right there, and points to the leftmost trailer. Yeah, that's that.
Out of character, that's the trailer that Steve is staying in, correct?
Yeah, they're both staying in the same.
Okay, cool. Peyton goes up and knocks on the trailer.
Cool. So Eli, while this has been happening, has Eli been staying asleep, or has Eli woken up already?
Eli has woken up already, because he went through so much shit the day before. He slept like a rock and then was just like, okay, I'm awake. Oh shit, there's so much going on. Time to get started with the day. So, Eli has been very busy this morning.
Cool.
So,
alright, so you wake up, do you want to say, in terms of early, do you want to say like sunrise early, or just like earlier?
Like 6 a.m.-ish.
Okay, yeah. So at this time of the year, that's just after sunrise, basically.
Okay.
So yeah, you wake up and Steve is still asleep in the bed. Do you wake Steve? Let him sleep? What's?
I would like to let him sleep, but I don't know if he can read or not, so I can't really leave a note if that won't do anything. So I just like walk over to him and kind of gently touch his shoulder before stepping back. Just like, good morning.
You see
Hello?
his little horse eyes open up slightly, and then he kind of shuffles back a bit because he's forgotten what's going on. Just goes, hi, good morning. Sorry, I'm not used to waking up with someone else around.
Yeah, sorry, I thought that. I just wanted to say I'm gonna be leaving the trailer just for a little bit. And I didn't want you to wake up and have me be gone in a place that you're not familiar with.
Oh, that's okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so it is a bit early. You can keep sleeping for as long as you want, really. We will need your help later for some information, but I was gonna quickly grab some breakfast and tell some people some things, because a lot has happened recently. And yeah, so I'll be out there. Once again, you can lock the door behind me and just don't let anyone in unless it's me, Peyton, Tower, or Perrin. Sound good?
Yep, that sounds good and kind of ominous, but that's cool. Would it be
it's just
too much to ask for some breakfast?
Oh, not a problem. I'll grab that when I'm gonna go get breakfast and then talk to some people. But on the way back, I'll bring you some breakfast.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any preferences? We don't have too many options, but you know, like, are you vegetarian, or is there something you like? Or, I mean, I know somewhat that can get you some sweets, but I might have to steal them.
Well, I've been living in the forest, kind of on the run for a while, so I'm not really picky. I'll have anything. Anything's good.
Well, okay, then that works great.
Awesome, thank you.
Steve lives up to my fears of horses being carnivorous.
I mean, they will eat me.
Look, there's also the possibility that he has no idea what vegetarian means, and he's forgotten that meat is a thing that people eat.
Probably.
But he does have a human stomach.
He does have a human stomach.
It's true. He doesn't have human teeth, though. He has horse teeth.
That is also true.
Okay, but he has hands, so he can use cutlery.
Correct.
And cut it up finely.
Also very true.
Just arguing about whether Steve can physically process meat.
Logistics of Steve's anatomy.
Oh god.
Is Steve a herbivore, an omnivore, or a carnivore?
Yes. So
yes, all of the above.
we will find out in time. Cool. So, Eli, you head out of the trailer. You watch as you're leaving. Steve kind of wraps the sheets around him as he follows you out, and then locks the door behind you as you go out. At this time, most people are still asleep. There's you do see that Perrin and Tawa are both up and getting like stuff ready for other people for like breakfast, which kind of, it's not odd, it's just rare. And Tawa kind of like sees you and waves at you and is just kind of like, hey, I didn't know if your little friend was joining us, so I thought I'd make some stuff up in case they wanted anything.
Oh, well, he won't be joining us, but he is hungry. If I could just grab something and take it back. I mean, I'll clean up any mess we make. I wouldn't want to leave a mess.
Oh, yeah, sure. I've made this little plate for him. I don't know what he likes, so I just grabbed a bunch of things, so he can eat whatever he wants. That's fine.
Yeah, he said anything, so...
oh, perfect.
Should be good. Before I take this back, though, I do have some rather serious matters to discuss. And it'd probably be best if I spoke to both of you about it before the others start waking up and milling about.
Oh, yes, certainly. Well, if you'd like to take a seat, we can discuss this. Do you want to take that to your friend first or after?
Probably first while it's fresh, and yeah, then we'll talk some details. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just we'll get a little area set up, and we'll
Yeah, I'll run this over. Like, just like quickly grab the plate, like have to reach up.
Yeah, you just you grab the plate and it's
Half
got
orc.
it's got
He
assortment
has to
of
like
things.
he has to like lean down.
He just gets on his knees and hands it to you.
That short.
Cannon Tower is 12 foot tall and Eli is 1 foot tall. No, it's yeah, you know. Anyway, yes, you grab the plate and it's got an assortment of like bacon, eggs, and then some berries and fruit and stuff on there as well. It's got a nice, you know, variety so that if, regardless of what he eats, there's something there that he could have so he doesn't go hungry. So
I mean, that does make sense. Tawa has no idea who Steve is.
exactly.
Okay, cool. So I grab the plate and I'm just like, yeah, I'll be back shortly. I kind of like speed walked, just trying to make sure I don't spill anything. Basically, Eli's like default speed at the circus, unless he's like talking with someone, is speed walk.
Yeah.
It's just like
Eli has the need for speed.
so he walks back to the trailer.
Cool.
Like, knocks on the door.
You go back and knock on the door, and you just see a little like horse nose push up the like blinds on the bottom of the like door window thing, and then you hear it unlock and open, and he just goes, "Oh, that was fun. Oh, that looks amazing."
Yeah. If there's something you don't like, just leave it on the plate. I can eat it later, or like you're free for all of it, obviously. Try not to make a mess, but we can clean that later. And yeah, this is quicker than I thought because the 2 people I need to speak to were already getting breakfast ready. So yeah, like I kind of just shove the plate at him and I'm just like, here's your food, have a good time, I'm gonna go back. Okay, enjoy, bye. He walked away.
Just as he's trying to say thank you, he's like, you're already gone. He's like, okay, and you just see him shut and lock the door. Cool, so you head back to Tara and Perrin, and they're sitting around that table from before, and they're just sitting expectantly for you. They've set up a little plate for you as well in case you wanted some snacks. It's not a full-blown breakfast because they kind of stopped because they realized how important it was. So there is like a small plate of things, but it's like more food is going to be made later. Right now this is important, but there is stuff that was already made. So...
Yeah, Eli's like slightly shitting himself because these are the 2 heads of the circus.
Yeah.
And he's about to give them bad news.
Oh no!
This is gonna go great.
So he's just like, the speed walking was also to get rid of some of the nerves, and it has not worked.
Does a couple
Poor
flips
Eli.
and things.
Yeah. So yeah, he just kind of sits down and is like, okay, oh, thank you for the food. Might just save that for later. Okay, so I was gone for a couple of days.
Yes, we noticed.
Yes. The whole time I was basically around Shanwick. I was mostly down in the mines. A lot happened. But we can't go back there now.
You see them both look very confused. They started looking confused when you said you were in the mines, and then they got even more confused when you said you can't go back now.
Yeah. And when I say I can't go back, I mean like we as the circus, as like existing living creatures can't go back there because the town is all dretches now. And everyone who isn't a dretch is probably dead or ran away.
They both just look at each other and just like trying to process what is going on. And they're just like, Tala looks at you and just says, okay, how about we have some more details in here? So last time we were there, we were at the baseball game, which yes, ended with dretches, and I'm sorry, that must have been a very strange first baseball experience for you. And then after that, we left because we didn't want the circus being associated with the bloodshed at the baseball game. And then you weren't there, and we're just like, well, you know where we're going, so I assume we'll see you soon. But then you were gone for much longer. So you were in the mines? What were you doing in the mines?
Okay. Do we want to say that, like, Eli speedruns them, or do you want me to roleplay exactly what he says?
If you just want to... Yeah,
If
there's a
you-
lot of things. So if you just want to give like a brief rundown of what kind of things you mentioned to them, that's cool.
Okay, it would be nice for a recap.
Yeah. So,
Previously.
previously
on
on Shenaniganry Innovation.
Oh.
So he says like, okay, and starts kind of telling the story of how he stayed back at the baseball game to like help patch any of the kids up, and then it was like, oh shit, these are dretches. Then there was a mysterious figure, and he wanted to still help the kid. Took him to the hospital, and then they were trying to find the figure. Ended up going into the mines. The other lady like kept just running random places. They ended up disappearing, falling down. So Eli went further down, met up with rats, and he like mentions like, oh, this is where I met Chip, and this is also where we killed the Rat King. And then we found a bunch of stuff on the figure, and we couldn't find anything more down there, so we went back to Sharnwick. Everything was fine for a bit. Looked into the church to try to find more on the god, and here Eli does mention Pentame. He doesn't mention what he knows about Cesare and Pentame because Konos was a bit like he didn't seem to be a big fan of Nera, so Eli doesn't mention like that connection, and that Konos was like what was he, cleric of Nera? I mean, not Nera, Cesare.
You don't actually know. You just know that he is potentially some form of worshipper or follower of Pentame / Cesare.
Okay.
Honestly, he definitely gave me more Warlock vibes, to be fair. But, like,
Yeah.
Who the
But, yeah, Eli mentions like, okay, and everything was great, and then we went shopping, and same thing, Visco Girl dretches. And then we left the shop, which I might have almost accidentally set on fire.
Almost.
Did accidentally set on fire. But I was going to fix it until the whole town turned out to be dretches. Met up again with the guy. Had to walk through the woods. Almost died by spiders and a fucking asshole who was controlling them to kill people because he was bored. And then
Who is very
got
dead
back
now.
and it was circus time.
It's circus time, baby.
And that's the story that Eli tells them. He forgets to mention how they met Steve, the other two, the Chloe and Mary.
Oh
and
shit,
a
we're
bunch of
Chloe and Mary at the
Yeah,
moment.
so you guys
Ew.
kind of ditched Chloe and Mary at the circus. You're like, Mary, look after Chloe. And she was like, okay, and then you never saw them again.
Okay, but a lot of stuff was going on.
Yeah.
That's true. Shit. I can't believe we forgot Chloe and Mary. They'll be fine. They're fine. Mary's got a fuck ton of money. She'll be fine.
She's got a whole sack of money.
She has both a weapon and currency.
Exactly. The more currency
She'll be
she spends, the less weapons she has.
Well, she also has that ladle.
That's true.
Yep. She has a ladle.
But yeah, that's the story that Eli tells them. And we still don't know why everyone was dretches. But yeah, we need to avoid Sharnwick for now.
They both take a second to process everything. So Tawa, after hearing all that, just goes, well, that is it's very strange. As a leader of a circus, I want to keep everyone safe and just kind of avoid that entirely. But as I kind of want to try and work out what's going on with all these dretches, because that does not sound normal, and I think I might see if I can talk to Nero about that, because that is strange. You didn't mention how you met your friend. Sorry, what was his name?
Oh, in the trailer?
Yes.
That's Steve. I met him in the forest.
Ah, very good.
He's today I'm going to try and sort out what's going on there. Do you guys know much about centaurs?
Centaurs. I know that they're rare in this island, at least. Typically don't see
Apparently
many
not.
centaurs
I saw
around
a bunch
here.
of them.
Oh, did you? Okay, that's in the forest.
Yeah, there's a whole herd of them in there.
Here and Perrin kind of exchange confused looks because doesn't sound right, and Tyler looks back at you and just says, I understand if you've got things, sorted for yourself. I mean, you seem to have grown a lot in the time that you were away, and you seem a lot more confident and seem to have things sorted. But if you do want some help with this is very intriguing to me, but I don't know how much time I'll be able to spare considering we've got a whole circus to run, but
Oh no, I don't expect you to help. Like, you guys are obviously very busy with everything. I just really needed to tell you about the Dretch thing so that we don't all go there and things go bad.
yes, we will
try
avoid
and
that now.
organize something else. Do you know if anyone knows anything about centaurs or is really good at flying? Like, really, really good. Like, I might get shot full of arrows if I don't fly good enough.
Oh, well, he thinks for a second while I quickly look through the list of circus members to see who I could be like, yeah, that'll do.
I just want to point out, Toa is like, you've grown a lot, you've gotten more confident. It's like, it's been 3 days.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Eli was just this small...
Very, very true. Very true.
Part of the circus, and now they're like killing things.
Okay. I will point out that, like, the only reason that Eli isn't shitting himself, like, he rarely talks to these people. They are the head of the circus. He's just a performer.
Exactly.
Like,
that's why they're like, you've grown, because they're just like, you never speak to us, so this is big.
It's like, what is going on? Wow.
The only reason that has happened, he has not grown in that respect, is just that things would go so badly if he didn't talk to them. So it's just like, I gotta do this.
Fantastic.
Me when I have to talk to people on the phone.
Same.
That's what I'm basing it off of, is my experience with important phone calls.
Hell yeah.
Social anxiety for the win.
Oh yeah. Vi, so
Yes.
in the cult members, is it Leah? Is that how you pronounce their name?
Let me go down to my own fucking list.
Lia,
Oh,
the
God.
high elf. Leah is how I'm assuming it's not Lia, because that's a little on the nose.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, that would be Leah.
Okay, cool.
Cool fun spelling.
Hell yeah. So Toa looks at you and just says, in terms of centaur knowledge, I wouldn't think many people here would have much knowledge, but lying, I would think Leah, because they're important. They're in charge of keeping a lot of the nearest stuff close to their chests. So I would assume that they're good at lying. So I would reckon go find them somewhere. But yes, I don't know about centaurs. Sorry about that. They're very
That's all right.
rare. I do know that much.
I know that's probably objectively true, but it doesn't feel like that when I've just seen a bunch of them. And
Yes,
had them
this
threaten me.
is a part that is confusing me as well, and why I'm also interested but don't know how to help. You know what? How about this? Either if you need help, or you have some fun information, give us a call, or just come back and give us the information again like this once you return.
I don't think I can yell that loud.
Have you ever heard of a phone?
I know what a phone is. I don't have one though, or any of the messaging devices.
Yes, that would make sense. That would explain why we didn't hear from you for the time that you were away. Do any of your friends have a phone or some sort of communication device?
I've seen Peyton talk to their
Oh,
kids
yeah,
over
for
the-
sure.
Absolutely.
Like a really obvious kind of ostentatious, like, ear cuff that's shaped like a dragon. Like,
Oh, okay.
it's...
Wait, why haven't you told me this? I could have drawn it on your freaking character art.
I'm sorry! Imagine
That's cool as
if I'm
shit. I want one of those.
For what ear?
Right? I guess that's my first thought.
Yeah, that's the one facing the
I
screen.
know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean, at the zoom that it's currently on, it wouldn't
Yeah,
be
it's
very
gonna be
detailed,
hard to-
but
No.
still, you should have told me. I thought it was just like a boring little ear cuff, not a cool dragon.
No, it's cool.
It's tight.
It's the
But-
tightest shit.
Okay, so since Eli knows that, he's just like, one of my other friends, they were here last night to helping. They have a communication device.
Okay, cool. Well, are they going to be coming here?
Yes, they should be later in the day.
Okay, well, if they come here before you go, introduce them to me, and so I can know their face, know their name, so that we can communicate. And then that way, should you need help or have some information and you can't come back to the circus right away, you can contact me there so I can quench my curiosity.
Okay, I'll do my best. I'm going to try and make things quick so I can be back. Is there another performance tonight?
Yes, there is another performance tonight.
Okay,
It's okay
I'll
if you
do-
can't make it, because this seems very important and I don't know what's going on. This sounds strange, so I understand if it takes the whole time. If you can be back, awesome. If not, I'll talk to, what's your partner's name?
Annis.
Annis, thank you. I'll talk to Annis and I'll sort something out with her. So you do what you need to do. This sounds very important. So yes.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if this centaur thing is related to the Dretch thing, but it does need to be solved.
Cool. Well, let me know either way. And
I should find Annis as well. Would I be alright to take this with me? Like, I'm just pointing at the bits of food on the plate.
oh yes, absolutely. Everyone else should be coming out in just a second. So if you want to take that, you can. If you need more food, there'll be more food soon. So
Okay, thank you so much for your time. I will try and keep you updated and be back, but I'm honestly, everything is spiraling out of control a little bit. But I'm going to do my best. Okay, bye. And so he picks up the plate and just like speeds
Tell's
off
just like,
again.
bye.
I love Eli.
Eli's just like, as he's speed walking, lets out the biggest sigh of his life. Because,
Oh my
like,
god, I
this one
survived. I got
isn't-
through.
Yeah, this one isn't mimicry. This is all like Eli just letting out all the air in his lungs.
Yeah.
Okay, so he survived that, told what he needed to the heads of the freaking circus, and Tawa is interested in what's going on. So, like, he needs to stay on top of this.
This is an important mission now.
Yeah. So the one thing you note, can you roll a insight check for me?
Insight. Yes, I can. Oh, it's not going to be good either way.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's not too bad. 10.
Okay, so one thing that really stood out to you is while you were having this conversation with them, it was really you and Tawa, and Perrin was more just an onlooker and then exchanged a few glances with Tawa. The rest of the time, they seem to just be... He seemed to be, like, in his head, going, like, basically flicking through folders in his head, trying to, like, process things, and trying to connect dots and work things out, more so than... like interacting with the conversation. He was more taking in the information and then processing it and trying to work something out, and then exchanging looks with Tawa to kind of like, yeah, it was... Perrin was not so much paying attention to you as much as he was just like paying attention to the information and then trying to work things out from that. And as you are walking away, he kind of gives a odd look to you, and it's just kind of you can't really make out the look exactly, but they do kind of watch as you walk away, and then they turn back and like have a small conversation with Tawa as you're leaving.
Okay, yeah, that's when Eli lets out the sigh.
Cool. So as you are heading back to the trailer, you notice a few more people coming out now. Tawa and Perrin Tawa gets up and heads back over to keep making food for people, and Perrin kind of pulls out a book and starts taking notes and things. More people head out. Michael comes out. Anis comes out. A few of the workers come out.
That's who I was gonna look for.
Cool. Yeah. Well, a few of them come out and start sitting around the table. And
could I intercept Anis before she reaches the table?
Yeah, sure. You see Anis coming over, and you kind of rush in front, and she goes, "Oh, Eli, hi."
Yeah. Hi. Sorry about last night and turning up so last minute and being frazzled and everything. I know it's hard to work when your partner's like that.
Oh no, it was fine. We did really well. That's completely fine. Are you gonna be around tonight, or?
That's what I needed to talk to you about. Things are still happening, and a lot of it doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna try and be back tonight, but I'm really not sure how things are going to turn out.
Gosh, that was the longest roll. Okay, so my dice are either rolling really badly or they're just taking like so long to land on a number. Anyway, she's trying to work out what's going on. She's trying to work out if it's just like you're moving away from the circus, like if you're like not feeling it anymore, or if there's like something else going on. And you watch as her face kind of scrunches up as she's trying to like figure it out, like what your reasoning is for not being around. And then she just kind of goes, okay, cool, that's fine. Well, if you just let me know as soon as you can, and should I work out a solo thing in case you can't come, or
that would probably be good. I promise I'm gonna do my best to be here. There's just so much going on, Anis.
You seem genuine. If there's anything I can do, I am your performance partner, so you know we are friends. So if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. I want to help if I can.
Yeah. I'm not sure if there's anything you can really help with at the moment. Do you know where Leah is?
I think Leah likes to sleep in a bit, but it's more like Leah sleeps in, but then stays in their room for a while, kind of meditating and stuff like that. So I don't know how soon do you need to leave?
I don't know. It depends when Peyton gets here, and then when we can get information, and then what time works out for everyone else. And then I guess we got to consider the time of day if we're going to try and be sneaky about it, but that might not work as well because there's so many of them. And
she's kind of like even more confused because she's like, so many of them, what? And then she's just kind of like, okay, well, maybe wait until maybe just before you leave, before you try and see Leah, just to give them time to finish the things that they do every morning. So either if they come out here at some point, then you can go to them, or otherwise wait until you're about to leave if they don't come out before then, just because they don't like being interrupted during their morning rituals. So
okay,
a morning routine is very, very important and cannot be interrupted.
Exactly. Cool. So yes, what do you want to do now? At this point, it's been a while. The sun is definitely coming up now. You don't have the specific time, but it does seem to be getting later on in the morning now.
Okay. Well, Eli just kind of nods to himself, like getting that information, and is like, oh, yeah, okay. Well, if things happen and I don't get to say goodbye to you, and then I run late tonight, good luck with your performance. You'll do great. I've always said that you're a great performer, even. Like, I know that we're usually a duo, but like by yourself, you really make the whole, like, everyone look at you. Really get the attention.
you see her eyes start to water a bit, and then
I
she
give
just...
her a big hug.
she starts crying.
Aw.
And she's just like, that means so much to me. I really do love performing with you. It is my favorite thing to do. So I really hope you can make it. But that does mean so much, and that if I do have to perform tonight, I think that's going to be the reason that I managed to get through it. Knowing that you believe in me like that that's a lot. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Like Eli is just keeping her in the hug until she like indicates that she wants to be let go, because it's just like, yeah, you're great at your job, Annis.
She holds it for a second, and then she starts to release the hug and just goes, okay, well, good luck with whatever it is you need to do. I hope everything works out, and hopefully I'll see you tonight. If not up in the air, then hopefully on the floor afterwards.
Yeah. See you when I see you then. Have a good breakfast. Sorry to unload all of you on that when you've just gotten up. My god. Things keep happening and I forget that other people aren't living in my world right now.
That's okay. I can tell you've got so much going on, so I just hope that things start to calm down at some point.
I hope so too.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yes, I'm gonna go eat some breakfast now.
Yeah,
I'll
me
be
too.
in Tawa's trailer with my friend, and so if you need me before I leave, I'll be there.
Okay, cool. Well, bye.
And yeah, just kind of give her a little wave as I kind of walk a bit more slower towards the trailer.
Try not to speed walk.
Yeah, and also because like I'm gonna miss performing with Annis if shit goes sideways today.
Yeah.
Aww.
So you start to head back to the trailer, and you watch as Annis heads over to the table with everyone else. Well, not everyone else, just everyone else who is up currently. And yeah, so you head back to the trailer, I assume, is what you're doing now?
Yep.
Yeah. You head back, knock on the door, and once again you see the little horse nose open the blinds, and then door unlocks and opens, and you see Steve there in the hood thing that you had made the previous day, and you just see a perfectly clean plate sitting on one of like the side cabinet things near the door as you walk in, and he's a lot more awake now, a lot more energetic, and just goes, I'm awake. I am ready for the day. I don't know what's happening. Good morning.
So cute.
Good morning. I also am not entirely sure what's going to happen today, but we'll figure it out together. Is it alright if I just eat first before we start talking about what we're going to do?
Absolutely. That was really good, whatever that food was. There was so many things there. I have been eating forest grapes for like the longest time, so that was really nice. Thank you.
Do you want some more? I can run and grab some more. Everyone's having breakfast right now. Or do you want this?
No,
hold out my plate of food.
You eat that. You need food. I'm good. That was very nice. I don't have much of an appetite after not eating. My stomach's kind of smaller.
Yeah.
So that was good. That was good. That's that. Thank you.
Okay. So Eli's gonna just like quickly get his food down so that he has more time to figure out what the fuck is going on in his life.
Cool. So you sit and eat the food, and so Peyton is on their way to the trailer. How much time do you want to have for like Eli to just contemplate existence before Peyton arrives?
I mean,
eating breakfast is contemplation time.
Yeah. Kind
He's
of.
got too much shit to do. He needs to multitask.
Yeah. I think like enough time for Eli to like clean up and get comfortable and shit.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we'll say, so Eli sits and eats his food for gets his food done, then like stacks the plates and just kind of like breathes and calms for a second as Peyton walks into the camp. And Eli, you, out the window of the trailer, you see Perrin kind of point over to the trailer, and you see Peyton turn around and start walking towards you.
Oh shit, I talked to Perrin?
Yeah, yeah, it's a high elf pointed you towards Toa's trailer.
Nice.
That was Perrin, which you have no idea about. You have no idea how important Perrin is.
I, the player, know, but oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eli just quickly unlocks the door and like just kind of warns Steve, like, "Oh, Peyton's here, so I'm just gonna let them in. Is that all right?"
Oh yes, Peyton's the other one that saved me yesterday, right?
Yeah, the tall one. Who looks like a dad.
Cool. Yeah.
I love that that's become Peyton's brand. Like, yes, they do look like a dad.
You know, that one that looks like a dad?
Yeah.
But like the cool dad?
It's the kids. It's all the kids.
Yeah.
So, Eli unlocks the door and just kind of opens it, sticks his head out and kind of waves to Peyton, just like, "Oh, good morning."
Debatable. Debatable.
Oh my god.
Morning.
I, as a player, forgot what. I was so focused on Eli's stress that I forgot.
No, that's good. That's canon. Good. This is good. This is good. This is exactly what your characters would be like. Go.
Okay. So, yeah, it just, good morning.
It is a morning. It's debatable whether it's good or not, you know?
I don't know what's happened.
Yeah, Oleand is asleep again.
I'm gonna guess that you don't mean you really tired sleep.
No.
Okay. Have you tried calling Konos?
I wanted to wait till I was here, because if I did it in the hotel, I wouldn't have anybody to just, you know,
Oh, okay.
keep me in line.
Yeah, just step into the trailer here then. Just kind of holds the door open for them.
Peyton steps into the trailer, you know, nods a little bit to Steve, you know, general question, like, how'd you sleep? Good morning, like, is your morning been good, you know?
Steve's like, yes. It's just like,
yes.
Can see that things are going down, and he's just like, yes, I am having a good morning. But it's also just like, things are happening, I want to let you do the thing.
Yeah.
So, we'll talk to you about your thing in a bit. We're just going to deal with this thing now.
It just kind of holds a thumbs up out.
I think Peyton sort of goes to the other end of the trailer, to like get a bit of distance between them and Steve, because Peyton's still in sort of like, children in danger, gotta go dad mode.
It's dad mode.
Making sure there aren't, you know, kids who are uncomfortable or in danger more than there already are.
Yeah.
Even though I think I've already made Steve quite upset. So yeah, Peyton sort of like goes to the opposite end of the trailer and like sits down on a chair or on the floor, whatever's available, I guess.
Cool. There is a chair, there is a bed, there is a floor, so take your pick.
Yeah, I think Peyton just sits on the floor.
Nice, that sounds about right.
It's been a rough... They've been awake for like an hour and already shit is going downhill.
Yeah.
And then I think once Peyton's on the floor, and Eli, if Eli's going to join them, joins.
Eli's kind of standing. Yeah. He's like, "Oh, this is a sitting down one."
Yeah.
He's standing.
Then I think Peyton calls Konos.
Cool. You kind of hold on to your cuff for a second, and then you just hear, good morning. Did you find my gift?
It depends on what that gift is, my friend.
Well, based on the tone of your voice, I'd say you found it.
You motherfucker.
Well, anyway, I'm in Wakefield, so that's fun. I'm trying to find some people to let know about the situation in Shanwick.
Yeah, is there any particular reason why I shouldn't come and kill you?
No, it'd be fun, actually. That was kind of the point. Come find me, if you want. I mean, it's your kid, so...
Can Eli hear Kronos as part of this?
No.
Okay.
He just kind of... You hear in like a lower voice, just kind of like, show me what Nira's given you. And then just...
Oh, this bitch!
And then just...
Oh my god!
Nothing after that. It just... The line goes blank.
I think Peyton, after hearing that, just kind of goes blank. Like, just no emotion whatsoever. Just like... Just nothing. Like, Peyton is gone. Mentally gone. Like, just in their head. Just yes.
What does this look like for Eli?
Roll an insight check.
Yeah, there's dice involved in this game.
Yeah.
That's a 7.
As far as you can tell, there is a very strange conversation. You are only hearing Peyton's side of it, and basically all you're getting is grunts and things, and you're not sure what's happening. You're just like, I think it's bad.
Yeah. I'm just like, Peyton?
Yes?
What did he say?
So, after we sort out this, we need to go to Wakefield.
But that's, why?
Because I need to find Kronos, and I need to strangle the life out of him for what he's done.
What did he do? What's going on? Well, I mean... Oh wait, I did know that Oleander went. I love my memory. It's functional.
Nerd.
We love that. We love that.
I can be a human being. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
On God, bro, my brain works.
Mood. Oh God.
Okay, so yeah. What's? He's not gonna wake up Oleander. What?
No, he knowingly put Oleander to sleep again so that I would come and find him. And I'm going to, and he's going to regret what he's done.
You kind of hear a little like ringing kind of thing in your ear, as if you're getting a call back.
A call back?
Yeah.
Can I tell who it's from?
It's from Kronos.
It's from Kronos?
Yeah.
I answer it with, what?
He just goes, by the way, hotel is still paid for. Feel free to leave him there. You don't have to take him to the hospital or
Peyton
anything.
hangs up.
Okay.
Peyton hangs up. Peyton doesn't give a shit anymore. Peyton could pay for the hotel themselves. They don't care. Like, if that was all he was calling to say, then Peyton is hanging up.
Well, you've hung up, so you don't know if that was it or not. That's...
Yeah.
Who wants to be hunted for sport?
Apparently Kronos.
He do.
Also, Peyton makes a point not to tell Eli about the show me what Nira's given you thing.
Okay.
That's very much a Peyton is not telling Eli that.
Cool.
Oh. I, Murphy the player, am actually shaking right now. Like, I don't know whether it's hysteria, if I'm pissed off beyond measure, or if I'm just anxious.
Good. Emotions coming from my telling.
Oh. Can't wait to fuck that bitch up.
So, Eli has just spoken to his 2 bosses this morning.
Correct.
Learned that centaurs aren't meant to be around this area, and they about to face a bunch of them. And also now this. So he's just like, okay, Wakefield next. Wakefield next. Wakefield next. Oh,
Wakefield's
I
bloody
can
on
work with that. I can figure
Wakefield's
that out.
on the fucking south side of the mountain range.
It is. It is.
That's so long
It is
to
the
travel.
mining. Yeah. The
We
mining.
can figure it out.
town,
We can figure it out. We could maybe ask someone if they know any teleportation circles for Wakefield. We can.
That
do
works.
it.
Okay. Another thing we
Um,
have to do today: find someone in authority and let them know about Shanwick.
Short knot.
Shut up. Okay, that's me then, I guess.
Love that.
I have already spoken to authority this morning about Shanwick.
No, that's fine. That's I can deal with that. I'm an adult.
You're an adult.
I'm an adult. I've been an adult for a little while. I can do this.
I'm 17.
You are a child. Yes. Okay. I will do this.
Okay. Well, that's something for later. But we can. Sorry about your kid again. But we can figure that one out later since he's not in immediate danger. Tiny, however, is deal with the other centaurs.
Definitely. Yes. No. We're going to go and get Tiny.
Yeah, as you mentioned Tiny's name, you notice Steve kind of like perks up and is just like suddenly listening to the conversation, just like, I heard Tiny. It's just
Yeah.
Steve, quick question. Do
Yeah.
the centaurs like your herd? Is that the right term, or is that rude?
Well, I just kind of say, well, I would say family, but they're kind of not my family. Like they are, but also.
Oh yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. Fuck these guys. Quick question out of character. Did we get Tiny's like race?
No.
No.
Okay.
All you know is their nickname is Tiny, and they are friends with Steve, and also
Okay.
currently captured by their quote-unquote family.
It would be I logically, if they've been captured by the centaurs, they are not like Tiny is not a centaur.
Yeah, I don't know if I explicitly mentioned that they weren't the same race. I feel like I mentioned that they weren't the same race. I just don't think I mentioned what race.
Yeah.
Tiny
No,
is.
I don't. I think you mentioned that they might have been from town or something like that.
Yeah, I can't
Tiny
remember
Old
exactly what I said.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a note of like Steve's friend, Tiny. Like that's all I've got.
Yeah,
We know the bare bones, and that's enough for now.
yeah.
But yeah. It turns to Steven and says, so yeah, you're whatever. The other centaurs, are they usually in this area, or have you moved recently?
Well, we've been in the forest as long as I can remember. I'm pretty sure we lived here when I was born. But our clan? That's a word, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
I think we're the only ones that currently live anywhere that I've been. I think we're the only ones on, at least in this area.
You haven't seen any other clans or anything?
I haven't, no. So maybe there might be some that I just haven't seen, but as far as I'm aware, we're the only ones around.
Okay, that's good. I wasn't asking for numbers reason. I was asking because I was talking this morning with Tawa and Perrin, mostly Tawa, but they said that there apparently isn't meant to be centaurs around here, or hasn't been recorded. So they were confused, and that makes me confused. And I don't know a lot about centaurs, so could you maybe help with that so we can make some plans?
I mean, I would love to help, but I mean, I've been sheltered and then kicked out, so I really don't know much either, to be honest. I'm sorry.
And also, Steve is also like what?
Very
12?
young. So yeah, he's kind of like, so we're the only ones around that I've seen. If people are so, I mean, we kind of like stay in hiding. I mean, we've got a pretty big camp in the forest, but not many people travel to that part of the forest. So it's kind of like, we tend to go unseen by most people. So it makes sense that people wouldn't expect us to be here. but also if there were more of us around, then it would probably be less confusing for people to hear that there are centaurs around. So the fact that our clan group people might be the only ones here then.
Okay. This really raises the question of how we're going to get your friend back, because I don't want to fight and possibly kill a bunch of centaurs, even if they are assholes. I don't want to do that, and I could very possibly end up dead if I tried to do that.
They are pretty strong, but you seem to be pretty you I don't know how strong you are, but they're strong, but you seem strong in a different way.
I'm just thinking about the Steven Universe song now, Strong in the Real Way.
Oh god. I can't even remember the tune for that. Please don't sing it.
Yeah, no. I'm physically not that strong, but I have magic, but it's limited. So I really would like to not fight people.
I'm kind of strong.
Okay, could you wrestle a centaur to death? Is the kind of strong you need.
To death, no. Wrestle momentarily, probably.
Yeah, well, that's not going to be enough for direct confrontation.
Very true. I can also apparently lie very good. I have a +6 to deception.
I have nothing to deception. Fuck.
Steve looks at the both of you and is kind of like, they are. There's a few. The ones that were tracking me down are fairly violent. I think that it's going to be hard to get Tiny without some sort of confrontation, unless you're very convincing. So if you're good at lying, then there's a chance. Maybe there might be a couple that might try and stop you still, but if you're really good, then maybe not. But I think you might have to fight one maybe, but I think you can do it. I think it's fine. You seem strong, and also I have hope, and apparently that's a good thing to have from what I've read.
This is very cute, but I have a really dumb idea going on in my brain.
Oh no.
So how tall is Steve?
Oh god.
Okay, so so
Luck check? I think I know where you're going with this, but I don't know.
So are you planning to disguise yourself as Steve?
Maybe.
Amazing. Oh god.
That's fantastic. You don't even have disguised self, do you?
No, I was banking on someone else at the circus having it because we have a bunch of performers. I think it's literally one of the spells that you can have from this background is this guy.
Here's the thing though, wouldn't the cloak hide your beak in the same way that it hides his snout?
I would assume that they'd rip the cloak off me the moment.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I was thinking if my idea was let's figure out a lie that we're going to say beforehand before we go.
How tall is Eli again?
4'11".
Oh god, short.
I forgot, you're very tiny. I'd say you're similar heights then. Yeah.
Okay. One. Good. Okay. Eli's just kind of standing in the middle of the trailer thinking things over. I was like, okay, Steve. First of all, we're not gonna let them get you again. You're definitely safe here, and if the circus moves on, you can definitely move with them. I will talk to someone about it before we leave, just in case something does happen. But if you were to be caught again, what would they do with you? Like, would they cage you up with Tiny, or would they kill you? I don't know what they're like. I'm sorry.
He thinks for a second, and then goes, "They wouldn't cage me with Tiny, because they're kind of trying to keep us apart. But I think they would potentially try and cage me, and/or punish me in some way. I don't think they would kill me. That's a bit. Well, I don't think they would kill me unless maybe if I got out. I've gotten out a few times. I think killing me is on the table, but I don't think it's like the most likely. But I don't think it's impossible. I think they'll most likely just cage me, but separately to Tiny, and then keep me away somewhere."
Would it be like in the same area? Say if you got caught and then you were caged and then you were like, oh, I broke out somehow, you'd be able to quickly reach Tiny? Or yes, no, maybe?
I think maybe. I think if they saw me get out, then they would definitely put me somewhere else. But I think at first it would probably be close enough to kind of, I think would at least be in the same area, maybe. I think so.
Okay. Peyton, you said you're good at lying.
Yep. When I roll well, I am.
And I'm decent at performing. Steve, what would happen if I got magically disguised as you, and then Peyton pretended to have found me and brought me in, and then do you think we'd be like really closely watched if I could then break out and grab Tiny and then leave? Like, would that be a good plan, or does that sound like I'm going to get killed by lots of arrows from Central?
This is the only time that I regret the one player that is not with us anymore. Was the only one who had Misty Step.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, that would have been so useful.
Yeah, grab Misty, Misty. Grab Tiny,
Misty.
get the fuck out of there.
Grab Misty and Tiny step out of there. Steve thinks for a second and just goes, well, I don't think they would hurt you in front of Peyton, was that your name?
That's me.
I don't think they would hurt you in front of Peyton if Peyton was to return you as me to them. But as soon as Peyton was out, or they take you inside somewhere, then you would probably at least get a little hurt. I don't think they'd kill you right away. I think they'd hurt you a bit though, just to make sure that you don't try and, escape again as me. But I think if you can get hurt, if you can heal yourself. Can you heal yourself?
Yeah, I can do that.
I don't think they would hurt you.
Doing that.
I don't think they would hurt you too bad. Where like a healing spell would I think if you could heal yourself, then you could potentially do it. But I don't think you're gonna get through without getting hurt at least a little bit from that plan.
Do you have any better ideas? Because that's the first thing that comes to my mind, and then not much else.
Are you good at stealth?
No.
I have a +5, but I also have disadvantage because of my scale armor, which I have been forgetting to add.
Since when do you have scale?
Yeah.
Since forever.
That's wild.
That's hella cool. Tiny just goes, well, unless you want to just burn the place down or something, then I don't know. I've tried to break in a few times, so I think that doing the disguise and the pairing is the best option, because I normally have to do it on my own. It's kind of like as soon as someone sees me, they just got me, and that's it. But I think if there's the two of you, then maybe there's a chance. Maybe maybe if Peyton could distract them a bit while you rescue Tiny and then get out together, so it's not just you on your own as me, because that's probably not going to work. But if Peyton's still there, then maybe you would have a chance. Maybe that could work.
I am just trying to think now of like what sort of commotion could Peyton create. But also I think I think Peyton sort of pipes up and goes, burning sounds fun. Like, let me get this straight as the player, because I'll be honest, I zoned out for a second there.
All good.
The current idea is that Eli disguises himself as Steve.
Yeah.
I take Eli disguised as Steve into the camp, present him as like, I found him.
Yes.
And then I cause some sort of distraction while Eli is taken to where the cages potentially are, and Eli takes Tiny and skedaddles.
Pretty much.
Okay. I'm not averse to that plan.
The main hang-up I have with that plan, as like a player looking at mechanics things, is I don't have a way to break out afterwards.
You don't have a lockpick set or anything?
I do not have a lockpick set, do not have proficiency in it. I could grab one, I guess.
Well, the only thing with having proficiency is it just gives you a +2. It just gives you your proficiency bonus. So if you could maybe borrow a lockpick set from someone in the circus, because there is absolutely no way there is nobody in the circus that doesn't have a
yeah, I'm like assuming that at least half of the people here are
Oh,
rogues.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like most of these people, like they're not adventurers, so they don't have classes. But if they did, it'd be like so many rogues.
Oh yeah.
So, oops, all rogues.
Oops,
like,
alright.
if you grabbed a lockpicking set, like, the only thing would be you wouldn't get that +2.
Yeah.
I mean, my dice would really like that +2, but
yeah. If it really comes down to it, I can just set a fire.
yeah, we'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
This
On
is
the
all
spot.
gonna get
Improv.
fucked anyway.
It's D&D. Add some improv.
Yep.
Yeah. So just
Oh boy.
okay. This is a plan. I also there's someone who could potentially help us, who I was advised to talk to. I haven't spoken to Leah much. I don't know, we just don't really interact that much. But there's a potential that they could help us with, lying and then fighting afterwards, I guess.
I've got a crowbar.
Okay,
That's
but
cool.
I'm pretty sure they have a sword.
No, I'm more thinking for the locks.
Oh. Wait, I think I also have a crowbar. Hang on, let me check my stuff.
Oh, I love that.
I'm like going through, it's like, I have a crowbar.
I have a
but
crowbar.
I'm pretty sure
they have a sword.
I also have a sword. I just can't use it because it's
Yeah, your sword is shit.
That's
You just get rid of that
hilarious.
sword. You
No, I'm
janky
not-
ass sword.
I'm gonna get it fixed.
Makes note that Leah has sword.
Yeah.
Oh, I just had a very terrible thought.
Oh no.
Oh no.
How much gold do we have collectively?
Probably
Well,
not
I have
much.
9.
I have 8.
Nice.
Is that enough to buy a child off of centaurs?
You want to purchase a child. You want to engage in child trafficking.
Not for
To
the
be fair,
purpose.
they don't want the kid.
Yeah, they don't want the kid, and also not for the purpose of child trafficking. Like,
You want to do what the Christians do and break into a child trafficking thing and try and get them out by secretly engaging them as if you're giving them business, but then actually convincing them to get out.
I have nothing to say here.
Listen, 17 gold for a child.
Is a steal. They don't even want that shit.
Hell yeah, they'd do it for free.
Listen, you don't want that kid to get out and like influence your kid? We can take care of that. And
Oh,
for the low price of
For the low price of 17 gold, we'll take your child.
No, not even the low price of 17 gold. We'll give you 17 gold.
Oh yeah, you want to make 17 gold? Give us your child.
You don't want it anyway, it's in a cage.
Okay, but to be fair, how much gold do centaurs have?
But, like, how much do they need to use? They live in the
Yeah.
forest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's kind of the thing.
it's a
Like,
good
is gold
point.
worth it to them or not?
Is it worth it? I've got a ton of shit that I could trade though, but let's not do that. That was I'm so sorry.
Well, that's a backup plan.
It's a backup plan, but also I did preface it with I had a terrible idea.
That's true. That's fair.
Yeah, but I also prefaced mine with I have a terrible idea, and it seems to be the one we're going with.
It's actually a good idea. Mine was genuinely a terrible idea.
Yeah, I have a terrible idea. I have a worse idea.
Let's just keep making up worse and worse ideas so that mine sounds great by the end of this.
Yeah, and then by the
Yours
time you
already
decide
sounds
something,
great.
it'll be 3 episodes later.
No. Here's the thing. Against
Listen.
mine, yours already sounds amazing. Although with a lot more collateral damage, that's the only thing.
I'll set the forest on fire. I've said I would already like.
You've
Oh,
already
yeah,
set
true,
this.
like-
You've already set a convenience store on fire. This is nothing new.
Let's just burn the whole
Also
shit down.
spiders. I did say I would
Also
burn
spiders.
this whole thing down.
Yeah, no, like, let's get Tiny out of there and then just burn the shit to the ground. If they get out, they get out. If they don't, it's not our problem.
Hell yeah.
But let's definitely get Tiny out first.
As the DM who has created these characters, I should not be supporting the idea of just burning it down. But also, yeah,
Yeah, they're dicks. They deserve it.
that's valid. Cool.
We should
so,
probably say something about the fact that we are not arsonists in real life.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, I will admit I do like a little burning things as a treat. 10 candles was fun.
10 candles is a
Murphy
good time.
can burn things as a
As a
treat.
treat. That's exactly why I went and got 10 candles, just for the
Yeah.
pyromania.
Also,
Well, you
I
can
pointed
burn
this
things.
out outside of the podcast, but I should probably mention it within it. Peyton was very explicit to Barbie about no arson when going to the convenience store, and then Eli commits arson at the convenience store.
It was an accident, and he's apologized for it numerous times. Just let it go. He's already got so much to deal with.
It was an accident,
That's true.
whereas Barbie was genuinely going to just go and burn shit.
Very true. Anyway, so, what's happening?
I vote Eli's plan.
With Peyton's as a backup.
Awesome.
Oh, okay, but here's the thing. How would mine work as a backup if they don't trust me afterwards?
You leave and come back as if you hadn't been there already.
No, you leave, and like if you can't cause a big enough distraction, you come back and say, well, the kid was talking as I was dragging him back here, and
Okay.
you mentioned a friend, and then you try and buy the friend so that gets rid of the distraction, and also the snitch, because friend now can't tell anyone about their greatest shame, which is this weird centaur child.
Yep.
Offered to buy Tiny.
Is that going to be my distraction?
That could be your distraction.
That could be
if
your
you want,
distraction.
but it would get a lot of attention on Tiny when we need it away.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I think it'd be like a last ditch distraction.
Yeah. Why am I helping?
Just an effort to get Tiny out, and then you can come back for me later.
Yeah. No, for real though, on the topic of arson, in my head I was like, you know what would be a great distraction? Burning something.
Mhm.
Just accidentally setting something on fire. But, you know,
Oops,
the
more
accident's
fire.
not so much an accident.
That's...
It would work. It would get their attention.
It would definitely get their attention. Cool. So, okay, we're going with Eli's plan. Let's pause this. Okay, cool. Eli's plan. What are you doing now that you have decided that you are doing Eli's plan?
Okay.
I think first order of business is to find out who has lockpicks in case the crowbar doesn't. Do you have a crowbar?
No.
Okay, I'll give you my crowbar temporarily as a backup if the lockpicks
You
fail.
think they're gonna let me take that with me if I'm pretending to be Steve?
Okay, that's a good point. Lockpicks are easier to hide.
Yeah.
If it
Eli...
really comes down to it, I can just rush in and crowbar the shit out of it.
Hell yeah. Eli, if you want to roll an intelligence check to see who could potentially have some lockpicks for you to borrow, feel free.
It's not a question of who has lockpicks, it's who will let me use their lockpicks and maybe not return with them.
That's kind of what I meant by that.
Someone who has a spare set.
Someone who has
You
plenty.
You said intelligence?
Yeah.
So that's 14.
Not a high DC. Soren, the knife thrower, spike boy. He'll have plenty.
Is this
Yeah,
the
he'll
bitch
be a
boy?
fucking asshole about it.
Is this bitch boy?
Yes, this
Yeah.
is a bitch.
Oh, we love
Okay,
it.
well, gonna add Soren to the list of people I need to talk to. Do I know who would know disguise self?
Disguise self?
Or what? Does disguise self work on other people?
I don't believe it does actually.
Oh no, it's only self. Okay.
Because it is called disguise self. Let me
Yeah.
double check. Disguise.
No, it is range self. I've
Yeah.
got it up here.
Make yourselves, yeah.
Okay.
There has to be someone who has a disguise kit who can do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't be as effective.
I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure you could. Would there be a way to manipulate the what's it called? What's the spell called where you turn enemies into like different animals and things?
Polymorph.
Yeah, there should be a way, especially in a circus like this, where people have found a way to manipulate the polymorph spell to also work as a disguise spell for other people. It just won't be as good.
Yeah, I'm looking through spells right now, see if there's anything useful.
There's only disguise self and disguise kit. Like,
Yeah.
There's also alter self. There's
most of it would be self though.
yeah. I'm looking. What the Jim's glowing coin? What does this do? I'm sorry. What is this from? Which Acquisitions Incorporated? I have no idea what that expansion is.
There is a table here called No Weapons Allowed, Disguised Weapons. And it's a D6 table where the object is an improvised weapon, and it's got a long loaf of stale bread as a mace.
Oh my god. Okay, so I would say the polymorph spell technically says the new form can be any beast. It does mention beast specifically. But if someone hates other people enough, would other people be classified as beasts to them?
I mean, we're really getting into the philosophy of like what constitutes a
The
beast.
beast,
In the world,
like-
where some beasts have like cognitive thoughts.
You know, featherless chicken, behold a man kind of shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like if a horse can talk, is it still like and have thoughts and be conscious? Is it still like a beast, or is
To
it
be
like
fair-
a being of consciousness?
To be fair, the centaurs did quite explicitly call Steve a creature, so and a monster, which
That's
comes
true.
under beast.
You try and
Are we
cheat
really?
the
Are
spell.
we really just trying to ourselves justify homebrewing polymorph to let us be a reverse centaur?
Look, we're in a circus. A. B. It is a game that can be homebrewed. C. What else are you gonna do?
You know what? Just, yeah, let's do it. If anybody complains, they're not the ones playing it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I reckon that there is someone out there who is like, this is going to be my whole thing, is figuring out how to transform shit. Like a transmutation wizard, but purely entertainment based. They're like a transmutation bard or some
Oh my god,
off the shits person. So they've probably perfected like disguise self, but no, I want to do that to other people, but I don't want to polymorph them quite into a beast. So they've figured out how to combine both into this bastardized spell.
Hell yeah.
I reckon that would make sense for a circus. Is that
custom spells do exist?
They do exist. I would say Michael, as a entertainer bringing people into the circus, would definitely have the ability to turn other people, make other people look like different things as kind of like an introductory kind of like, haha, look at this, isn't this fun? Come explore more things.
Yeah, that does make sense.
That would also be really cool.
He's very charismatic.
He is very charismatic. So he would do it as like a fun thing. Like he's like, I've worked this out, let's do it because no one else will see this anywhere. It's fun, it'll get people interested in the rest of the circus.
How much charismatic is he? This is a competition.
How many charismatics?
Yes.
How many charisma does he have?
All.
No.
He's got a charisma of 15, so he's got a +2. So
Haha, I have a +4.
yeah. He's got a +5 to Constitution. But anyway, I did roll these. This is just chance.
Yeah, sorry,
Anyway.
I had to be like, if
I'm
he's
more
all
charisma than you.
I am more charisma than you.
No, but yes. Okay, so Michael, Transmutation Bard, has a spell that can turn other people into other things. It's basically polymorph, but the good.
The good kush. Dad, it's the good kush.
How good can it be? This is the dullest store.
No, it's just like, hey, look, it's the good kush. Peyton, this is the circus. How good could it be?
I mean, circus. I don't know
Yeah.
where I was going there.
But yeah. So Michael has polymorph. Okay, so we're homebrewing this.
We're
How long
homebrewing
is it
this.
gonna last for?
How long does polymorph last for?
Both of them last for 1 hour.
I think that's a safe bet then, just an hour.
Yeah.
I thought we'd need more time because there's also travel.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
How far into the forest are the centaurs?
Do we remember?
Roll a history check.
I'm good at
was
that.
going to ask Steve.
I was gonna say, yeah, because it's gonna be a high DC for the history check.
Never mind then.
What'd
I
you
won't
get?
bother.
Oh, you won't
Even
bother?
though
Okay.
I'm not gonna bother rolling if we're asking Steve.
Yeah, if you're gonna ask Steve who lived there.
Just, how far from the forest's edge is the camp?
The camp. Okay, so, you remember where the cubby was?
Yes.
If you head... What are the directions again? Which way does the sun go down?
Well, that sounds like a question for Murphy. Which way does the sun go down in this world?
Oh god, did I? No, I didn't fuck shit up. It's the same as Earth. It's, rises. And I can't fucking remember what Earth is, so it's fine. It's
Rises
the same
in
as
the
Earth.
east, sets in the
Rises in
west.
the
west.
east, sets in the west.
Yep. Yeah, that's the one. I was
Alright.
going to say that, and I was like,
It's like, hold on, is it? It took you
Shines
a
that
into
while.
my
one.
window in the morning and wakes me the fuck up,
Yep.
and then is cold and shitty in the afternoon, so I get bad lighting in my room.
for context on them asking me what Thea's world is about, I did some maths.
Yee! I will scan it and show a display on the screen now. Here you
Oh
go.
no.
This is it. This is Aevecia with its 2 moons. Yes, Aevecia has 2 moons. I don't know if I've mentioned that in the canon, but that is canon.
No, you didn't, because I had to ask you.
Well, Aevecia has 2 moons. We haven't really been outside at night yet, so there you go.
Well, if we have, we've been stuck in a deep dark forest. And
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
No access to the sky. So here you go. There you go. Maths.
Our roles are Vi, the artiste, me, the mathematician,
And me, this
everything else.
everything else, the world,
the universe. I am God. Anyway, yeah. So one of you tells Steve that it sets in the west.
Didn't he ask where it rises, or am I?
Nope, says where it goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
West is
So-
the answer to that question.
Yeah, so we head west from the cubby.
Yeah, if you head the west, from the cubby, about trying to think how Steve would measure distance and or time. If you head, there's like, I don't know, 20 trees between, just straight west, 20 trees. You should.
That's not a lot.
No, they found it's it's not far. It's really not far, but people don't tend to head out that way, so it doesn't matter as much. But no, it's not far because yeah. So 20
Right,
trees
okay.
is about the amount from the cubby. But they're big trees,
Question-
so it's still a little
Question
while.
for Thea:
Yeah.
how densely packed was that area of the forest again?
So the cubby area had a small clearing. Like it wasn't like a huge clearing, but it was a little open area, big enough for a giant owl and a giant squirrel.
Yeah.
And then the trees around it were dense-ish, but they were also big trees, so it's like, eh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's starting to thin because that's where it gets towards town.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Well, I could definitely talk Michael into going into the edge of the woods so we have as much time as possible. But it would mean that you'd have to cause a pretty big distraction straight away.
Fire, I guess.
Are centaurs afraid of fire? Like, if they can't set on fire, that would be a big distracting thing, right?
Probably.
I think it would be more the
Steve.
fact that they're in a forest and then there is fire.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
to be fair, I don't have any spells that cause fire, but I do have a tinderbox.
Close enough.
I have matches, is the thing.
Hell yeah.
Also,
Okay.
didn't I confiscate the bottle of alcohol from Barbie before she died?
I love that we have not discussed what's happened to Barbie yet, but it's just dead.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I think you did. Yeah, you took it because they were taking some swigs, and then you're like, you'll take that.
No, that's mine now.
Yeah, okay. I
So,
think you do.
I have like a half bottle of very potent alcohol.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And alcohol is very flammable.
Correct. That's why Molotovs are a thing.
Yep.
Oh no.
I have a fire spell if all else fails.
That is also true.
Yep.
Cool. This sounds like a plan.
How are we going to control fire is my question.
I think it's a matter of like I create a general destruction while you get Tiny out, and then I don't know. Send me. You don't have a phone, damn it. I guess after a certain time, like if we're not gonna be, depends on whether or not I could see you. Is the thing.
Probably not if I'm led to a caged area.
Yeah, probably not. Is there any sort of thing that you could use to give a signal?
I mean, I have magic. I could just start my own fire.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. Just start your own fire and I'll follow suit. Like,
Yeah, I could,
No.
or I could Toll the Dead actually makes a sound.
That's true, but
it
it
makes
would
a sound
also-
in their mind.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's
What else do I have?
it's like a bell tolling inside their head.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have Sacred Flame as well, which is like a fire that doesn't start a fire.
Although to be
True.
fair, if you toll the dead someone who is near me, I will probably see them writhing in pain.
Unless they save. But
Unless
yes.
they save.
Yes, unless they save, yes, that is true. You would notice.
I could just cast Hex on one of them.
You could also
Okay,
do
so
that.
basically we have magic to figure out
Yeah.
the signal, depending on where we're led.
Yep.
Okay.
And one of them writhing in pain would be a pretty big distraction.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I think
that's what
that's
we're
our
going-
game plan.
I think
This is
that's
what
what
we're
we're
going
gonna
with.
do.
This is what we're going with. Okay.
This is
I'm
it.
Sounds great.
Okay, so like Eli's just nodding there, like, yeah, I'm gonna put myself in immediate danger. This sounds fine. This is
fine.
the most logical step. And he's like, okay, so Steve,
Yeah.
I'm going to need you right now to, if you were captured, what would you say?
I probably wouldn't say anything, honestly.
Yeah, but like some like phrases and stuff, because
Oh,
I
right,
can mimic
'cause-
things. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Uh, I don't know what to say. Do you want? Oh, well, you've got me saying tiny now, so you can talk to tiny like that. Yeah, you could. What kind of things do you want?
Maybe like, I don't know, would you, well, I mean, you said you've escaped and been captured before, like,
Yeah.
right? So, like, what kind of things, just imagine what they'd say to you if you got caught again, and what you might say in return. Like, would you say, like, let me go, or would you, say, like, you should at least, like, let go of Tiny, or I can't believe you betrayed me to Peyton, or that kind of thing? Like,
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, let me he like
Mimicry.
he like gets himself ready to kind of like act as if he's in the thing, like in the moment, and just goes, "No, get off me! Stop! Get off! Don't hurt me! How could you do this? Why are you doing this? Let Tiny and me go. Let us go. Ouch, that hurts. I guess because if they hurt you, you probably want to sound like me. Is that good, or do you want more?
no, that should be good.
Okay.
I mean, you probably want a few different owls and ouches, because if you just keep saying ouch, that hurts, that's going to get suspicious.
Well, the thing is, once you reach a certain point of pain, it doesn't really matter what your whose voice it sounds like. Screaming kind of just it does melt.
Screaming
into one.
equals scream.
No, that's fair. That's
Like
fair.
I can scream. I don't need to mimic that.
Screech.
Yeah, no, it's a genuine scream. I have a voice box of my own.
No.
It's
I do have vocal cords.
That was me, Murphy, saying screech.
okay. It's not you being like, haha, screech, and it's just
No, I wasn't. Oh, I'm sorry.
Cool. So yeah, if you need any others, we'll say that Steve like does a couple more oofs and ouches and things for you, just so you have them. But yeah.
Cool. Sorry, I missed a little bit there because my ma called me. Is there anything important?
Probably not.
not really. It was just me getting phrases from
Cool.
Steve.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we've got the voices. And okay, so What time do you think would be best to do this? Like, when would other centaurs be out so that we'd have a better chance if things go wrong that we can fight them?
Well, well, it's been a couple days, so they after a while they don't go out every day because it's like they'll assume that I'm tired, so I won't be moving around as much, so they don't need to be as they don't need to be looking as much because it's easier to find me once I run out of energy. So I can't say for certain, but they'll either be out like during the day because it's easier to see in the forest. Even though it's still dark, it's easier to see during the day. But also, they might not be out because it might be one of the days where they're staying back and kind of going over where they've looked. So I can't say for certain, but it's either they'll be out all day or they won't be.
Okay.
Okay, so you're saying we have equal chances with them being
It's
there
like a
whenever.
50-50 chance. Yeah, they'll either be there or
Okay.
they won't.
Okay, so yeah,
But
that's
don't go
another
at
thing
night.
down to chance.
If they will be, they'll guaranteed to be there at night. They sleep there at night. It's just during the day they'll either be out or back.
Okay, that does help. That does help. Okay. Peyton, I know someone who can help make me look like Steve, and I need to talk to Leah about potentially helping us because apparently she's good at lying, or maybe it's just useful to have someone in range that can fight. And then
Yeah.
also should talk to someone, maybe Tara again, because he's interested about what Steve should do. And then also that it's just Eli thinking out loud, like, okay, and then next on my to-do list is
Yeah, no, Peyton's just kind of like, Peyton's like humming along, like, yep. I like kind of making a note of what Eli has to do so Peyton can remind him if they need to.
Okay. So, yeah, he kind of speaks for a while, just out loud. Some of it is nonsense to everyone because they're just, this is a very specific circus thing. But yeah, then he gets to it and he's like, okay, Steve, will you be right staying here?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Okay, cool. Well then, I don't. Oh, hang on. Michael will probably need to see you so he can make me look like you. Would you be all right with him coming here and looking at you briefly?
Michael's part of the circus, right?
Yeah. He's a friend.
That should be okay then. Just as long as he doesn't make fun of me.
Oh no, he won't. He's drow.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's like elves, but everyone thinks they're evil. So
okay.
he's hasn't gone through the best time at all times. So he definitely won't laugh at you.
I've known a few drow. They're all real chill.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be cool.
Okay. Peyton, do you want to stay here? You can figure out final things and just, maybe tell your kids what's up, and I will find Michael.
Yeah.
Sound good? That sounds good. Great. That sounds good. I'm gonna go do that now. Okay. Goodbye.
Best
Goodbye.
of luck.
Cool. After 2 hours, we exit the trailer.
Oh God, has it really been that
It is
long?
9:30.
Jesus.
Yeah. Planning always takes longer than you expect. Because then you start checking rules, and then you're like, okay, but what's in character? But what will
that's cool.
live?
That's fine. Cool. So Eli, you head out of the trailer, and it obviously didn't take that long in game as it did in real life. So it has been a while, but it hasn't been as long as it has been here. So people are still out having breakfast and stuff. More people have come out. Michael was one of the original people to come out to breakfast, so he is definitely there. He is having a good time, having a laugh with a couple people. So yes, he is not hard to find.
Okay, fantastic. So I go back over to the breakfast table, just like My life is currently a giant mess, but no one can read that on my expression. Speedwalk here. And I'm just like, hey, Michael, can I speak to you briefly? Sorry to interrupt.
Eli, my boy, absolutely no, I have no problem at all. Yeah, sure. What's up? Yeah, and he kind of gets up from the table and heads over with you.
Just, I need some help looking like someone else.
Ah, very fun. Very, very. I've been working on the spell a lot. You've seen me use it around occasionally, surely.
Yeah.
So yes, absolutely. I'd love to have you experience this wonderful spell that I've mastered, basically. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I am very proud of myself.
Definitely you have. It's very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. The person who I want to look like is currently staying with me in Tower's trailer. I'm going to need you to be very respectful.
Oh, absolutely.
Just
Are they like royalty or?
Oh no, like the opposite.
Ah, I see. Someone like me. I see. Okay,
Yeah.
I've got this. No problem at all.
You got this?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, we might be gone for a while, so I don't need you to do the spell just yet, but I might need you to come to the edge of town with me to just make it last that bit long.
Yeah, that should be fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't have much to do for a while, so yes, plenty of time to do that. Just keep in mind the spell will only last an hour, so.
Yeah, that's the main thing I'm worried about. But we cross that bridge as it burns.
Yeah, you just start walking away and I'll use it on you as you go.
Yep, sounds fantastic. Okay,
Awesome.
here we are. Like, I assume we've been walking
Yeah, you've been
there.
walking towards the trailer as you've been going. So you open up the door, and Steve's kind of standing inside, and Michael heads in and just goes, hello, young one. Nice to meet you. My name is Michael. I am the Master of Ceremonies here, and I understand that we're looking to doing some transformation magic, some transmutation, some polymorphing, some whatever you like to call it. And so you are the one that I'm disguising Eli as? Let me get a good look at you if you'll allow me to. And Steve just kind of hesitantly kind of stands up a bit and just you can see that he's a bit anxious because new people, but is also has been told that they're fine. So it's standing like, don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. Everything's cool. Just need to look to do the spell. Is that okay? Steve just goes, So Michael kind of inspects, tries to take down notes, and is analyzing, which is very uncomfortable for Steve, but he kind of does it in a way that's comforting almost, just kind of analyzing for a reason, not because they're judging or anything. And it's and so he does that and then goes, all right, well, I believe that I have got everything that I need to do this spell, so yeah, we can head off. You're one handsome young man, by the way. And Steve just kind of chuckles a little. And he goes, all right, so edge of town, you said. Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Oh yeah, there's a couple things I need to follow up on.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Just let me know when you're heading off, and I'll come with.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for the
No
really random schedule. Things just keep happening.
No, that's
like
fine.
I said. But yes, also, while you're here, I just want to mention I might not be back tonight, so Anna's already knows that she might be performing by herself. So I just want to make sure that so that you can
announce correctly.
Announce it.
Yes.
Yeah, announce it correctly, and also just be make sure you say something nice after she finishes her performance.
Oh, of course. I would never say anything off, and I won't even let on that something is different.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she's just how she gets about the thought of having to perform by herself.
Oh, absolutely. So. Yes, I'll do everything I can to make sure that everything runs smoothly and that everyone's okay.
Perfect. Okay, next thing. What's the time now?
Okay, so at this point, it's probably closer to 10 now.
Yeah, what's the time?
It's probably closer to 10 a.m. at this point.
Cool.
Okay, cool. That means that he's gonna look for Leah.
Cool. Since it's 10 now, I'd say that Leah's heading over at this point. Leah isn't necessarily going to sit down at the table, but is kind of coming into the area just to kind of like see what needs to happen for the circus and what the plan is and stuff like that. They've had their own breakfast and stuff like that back at their place, so.
Okay. Cool. So
I think while like Eli is doing all that, Peyton is like sitting with Steve and playing some games with the dice and stuff.
Cool.
So just little games, keep him occupied and
Yeah.
chill.
Cool. So, yes, Eli, you see Leah basically arriving now.
Okay. Eli is once again nervous because he doesn't interact with Leah that much, and they're kind of intimidating. So he just kind of approaches slowly, just like, hi, good morning. Would I be able to talk to you for a second?
Eli, yes, this is most odd, but certainly, speak away.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to describe my past few days as that. It's just everything is certainly odd.
It's
Yeah.
a good descriptor.
So so I have to do this thing in the forest with a bunch of centaurs today. So I was wondering if you would be free to help with that in some way, because I asked Tawa if he knew anyone that was good at like lying and deception and maybe beating up a bunch of centaurs if things go bad, and he said that you'd be the person to talk to.
Centaurs in this area? That's... Wow, odd really is the best word to use for what's going on, isn't it? Well, yes, certainly.
Oh, you have...
You have
You have
no
no
idea.
Well, yes, if I can help, then certainly. I'm happy to help. What kind of help do you need exactly?
Well, originally this was going to be a more lie-heavy plan, I think, but now it's like an acting plan. I think we just need backup on someone to do a convincing lie that I am one of them that they're looking for who doesn't look like a centaur. Michael's going to do a disguise spell. And so we're basically trying to trick them that I'm the person they're looking for, so I get locked up and then I can break out and free the person that we're actually there for.
Well,
It sounds wild when you put it like
it
that.
really does. Leah just kind of looks and just says, "Well, that is quite eventful. But yes, if it's lying you're looking for, then I do have some practice with that. I mean, I assume you know my job in the circus. So yes, lying is second nature for me, and not afraid to wring a few heads if needed. So yeah, certainly I'd be more than happy to help if it's needed."
Yep, that would be good. That would be good. Do you know where Soren is right now? Because I think that's the final thing that I need to chase up.
What do you need from Soren?
Lockpicks.
Ah, fair. Okay. Yes, I believe I saw him out the front. I don't know what he was doing. I just passed him on my way in.
Cool. So yeah, do I know where his sleeping arrangement is, so I don't have to talk to him? You could just steal his lockpicks.
I'll let you roll either history or intelligence, because it's like you travel around a lot, so it's like you can.
Well, both are gonna be a -1.
Oh no!
Does not matter.
Okay, we'll just roll and see what you get.
16.
Hey, yeah, okay. So Soren usually stays in his own little motel room. When you travel places, he books like just a cheap one somewhere, so that he can really like spread out all of his knives and things and organize things the way that he wants in his own little room, so that he doesn't get disrupted or no one messes up his knives and things.
So his shit won't be on the grounds, so I can't steal it.
Well,
Okay. Okay, I guess I'm talking to Soren. Okay, so Eli's gonna finish up the conversation with Leah and be like, okay, depending on how amenable Soren is today, this should only take a few minutes, and then I'll be back, and then I think we should be able to start going. Is that all right with you? I mean, have you had breakfast yet? Are you...
I've had breakfast. I am ready to leave as soon as you need.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, thank you so much for helping.
No problem.
If you just want to wait by Tawa's trailer, if that works for you.
Yeah, sure. I'll let them know that I will be heading out with you. I assume that they know that you're doing things today?
Yes, right. I've also got to talk. Would you be able to ask Tawa if, like, I die a horrible death, if the person in his trailer currently can stay with the circus until, like, just indefinitely?
Sure. Yes, that is
a bit
sure.
extreme.
Yes, I can do that. Sure. Yes.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna go find Soren. Thank you so much again.
All good. I will go talk to Tawa.
Thank you. And Eli's off again.
Off he goes.
This episode, Eli speed walks.
So you head out to the. So you're going to speak to Soren?
I'm going to speak to Soren.
Okay, so you head out to the front of the circus where like they set up all the games and stuff for like just the entrance area, and you see Soren just kind of chilling, kind of practicing some knife tricks over near a set of crates and stuff that have yet to be set up.
Yeah, Eli just kind of slowly approaches and just like, hi, Soren.
Hi. What?
I was just wondering if you had a set of lockpicks on you that I could borrow.
Lockpicks? What are you getting up to?
Well, that's an incredibly long and convoluted story that involves 3 days worth of shit going down and
Yeah, you know what? Never mind.
baseball.
Lockpicks? Sure, here you go. And just gives you a pair of lockpicks.
Just shut Eli up and make
Yep.
go away. Fantastic. Eli's strategy is working. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. You
thanks.
have lockpicks. Yeah,
Thanks,
whatever.
I'll, yeah, okay, fine. Eli's just like, fuck, get out of here before he changes his mind.
Cool, you rush back to behind the circus, and he just goes back to flipping his knives. Cool, so you head back. Leah is just finishing up talking to Tara and heading over to the trailer. Michael is... I would say that Michael would probably be inside with you, Peyton, and Steve. Kind of, he's getting to know both of you a little bit, but just playing games with both of you to keep Steve company and help him feel more at home. Yeah, so you make your way back to the trailer where everyone is, basically.
Okay, so, like, is Leah up there or is she still talking?
No, Leah basically gets there the same time that you do to the trailer.
Okay. They just kind of showed the lockpicks and it's just like, turns out if you just make your reputation for talking way too much, he'll just give you whatever to make you go away.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry. I double check. Y'all are in the trailer at the moment?
No, we're just outside of it.
Okay, cool. I wanted to see if Peyton would react to that or not.
Yeah. But, yeah, Eli kind of just knocks on the door and is like, I think we've cleared up everything that needs to be cleared up if you guys are ready to go.
I think Peyton looks to Steve, like, you gonna be good here?
Steve looks at you, looks at Michael, and then just goes, yeah, I think I'll be good.
Cool. We'll hopefully see you tonight then, I suppose. Or
Hope
Eli
so.
will.
I hope everything goes well. Please don't die. And
We won't die. It'll be fine.
Say hi to Tiny for me, and then I'll hopefully say hi later when you get back.
Will do. And then Peyton goes outside.
Cool. While that interaction's going on, Michael kind of stands up, stretches, and heads out the door to the rest of you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so to the edge of town, I guess.
To the edge of town.
To the edge of town.
All right, let's go.
Boy.
Michael's
And
just
then we go there.
yeah. Michael's just used to taking charge, so he's just kind of like, all right, let's do it. So you all head down the streets. Well, actually, let's make this faster than everyone walking there. You head to the nearest street, and Michael just goes, all right, I assume we want to drive there instead of walking all the way, so everyone hop in. And he just unlocks the car.
Peyton makes a mournful noise for their nice big van, which is now probably gone. Their horrible clown car that was...
Clown car of holding. So, do you guys hop in, or do you walk?
Yeah.
Everyone hop
yeah,
in?
for sure.
I'm not walking if we don't have to. Save some time, honestly.
Cool. So you guys head down the road. Roads are pretty clear at the moment. It's like getting close to 10:30, so not too bad. Make your way to the edge of town. Hop out and head towards the edge of the forest that you came from, back down the long dirt path, and you reach the edge of the forest. It is just as dark as you remember, but seeable for now. And I'm going to say you do remember the way to the cubby. So do you want to head to the cubby first, or do you want to...
I hope I remember which way it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
Eli, you definitely remember the way to the cubby.
Who knows if Peyton remembers? Probably. But definitely not as well as Eli would.
So as you reach the edge of the forest, Michael just goes, all right, so is this where you want me to do the spell, or are we going further in, or what's the plan here?
Depends on how far it is. It wouldn't be too far from the cubby, would it?
It's 20 trees from the cubby. Oh wait,
No,
for the entrance?
From the edge of the forest to the cubby.
No, it's not far at all, because, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is as good a spot as any.
Yeah,
So,
also
to-
Eli's just
Eli.
like, this is just in his mind. He's like, I don't want anyone to look in that cubby. Like,
Fair
I love
enough.
my friends, but also...
Yeah.
No.
Valid.
So he's just like, yeah, no, this
No.
is good. This is good. This is good.
All right. Michael looks at you and just goes, all right, you ready? This is going to feel like nothing. You're not going to feel it. All right. And just kind of taps you, and you turn into Steve.
Oh, I love that. This is gonna feel like nothing.
But, what is Leah's reaction? Because she has not seen Steve.
Leah is kind of taken aback momentarily, and then just composes herself and goes, okay. Like, she doesn't really care. She...
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Michael, after doing the spell, just goes, all right, well, I guess that's me done, unless you need anything else.
No, I think that should be it. I think that should be
we're
it.
good.
All right, well, best of luck. I'll let you go, because that only lasts an hour, so good luck.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And he starts heading off.
And Eli starts walking into that forest, right down the trail.
Do we want to roleplay walking through the forest, or do we just want to get there?
We'll get there. All right, so you make it to the cubby, and you roll to work out which way is west.
That would be what, survival?
Yeah, do a survival check.
What's my survival like?
Can I do it with advantage?
Could it could also be nature.
It
Not that
actually,
it matters much
yeah,
to me.
whichever, either nature or survival. Yes, Eli, you can roll with advantage, and I'm gonna roll for Leah.
I got a 17, so.
Leah got an 8. She was not paying
which
attention.
is better. I got 11.
Cool. No, I'm gonna say that you can manage to work out which way is west, because Eli, you've been
I mean,
here
I
a
got
long
a
time.
17.
And
so-
yeah. Eli, you've been here a long time, so an 11 is good enough for you. And then Peyton, yes, you rolled a 17, so you were able to work out which way is west. So you head in that direction. You pass through a number of trees, and then you...
Just before we get there,
Yeah.
I am going to sort of turn to Eli and go, we should act like you're captured and not just willingly walking with us.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think Peyton sort of like grabs, you know how people like frog walk you places, like they grab your arms and pull them behind your back and just walk you forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peyton sort of does that, but gently. We're not trying to hurt Eli.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm going to get both of you to roll either a deception or a performance check. I'm going to let you decide which one you want to do.
I'm really good at deception. I'm going to do that one.
Okay.
I'm decent at performance. So
Yeah, I was
I'm
going to
with
say
that.
it would probably make more sense for you to do performance.
That was
Eli.
cocked. We'll try this one.
I got a 19
Oh
performance.
boy. I got a 15 deception.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening to episode 14 of Shenaniganry and Aevecia. 14 episodes, 15 next week, the multiple of 5, that's always a milestone. Crazy. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you're enjoying. Next episode we'll be diving into what happens when they reach the encampment. Will it go well? Will it not go well? Let's find out next in the 2 weeks. Not next week, in 2 weeks' time. Thank you again for listening to the podcast for the last 14 episodes. It's been almost a year. It's been 10 months since the first episode was uploaded, so that's crazy. Technically, I feel like we've actually been doing this longer than a year because recording, but I don't know when the first session was recorded, because that file is gone forever along with a bunch of other stuff. But it's crazy. It's been such a wild ride, and I've loved every moment of it. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Bye bye.